Welcome to Game 13 of your inaugural Hoosier State Instigators season. We're matched up here today against the Ohio Kings. I am Jake Schoen. I'll be joined with throughout the broadcast here by Jay Spacely. We're both calling the game here remotely today, and we're on the road in Cincinnati against the Ohio Kings. First matchup was not quite in the favor of the Instigators, but the Kings have been very dominant on the season, still undefeated at this point.
Yeah, we're in for a wild one here today, folks. Again, we want to say thank you. I am Spacely. My name is James Savanas. I am alongside of my guy Jake. We are both co-owners, co-founders of the Hoosier State Instigators. Traveling again, as Jake has said, traveling from Indiana to visit against the Ohio Kings in Cincinnati, Ohio today. Looking forward to just seeing how the Instigators can bounce back off of the first matchup against the Ohio Kings. As you heard from Jake, and you may have watched, the first matchup really didn't go as planned. It became a game that just got away from us, which isn't ordinary for the Hoosier State Instigators. Usually the games are fairly competitive and end up pretty tight with the final score. This matchup, however, just did not seem to go that way that very first time they met up against each other at the Clinton CRC, the home venue of your Hoosier State Instigators. However, we want to say thank you again to everybody who has tuned in already for this pregame, and a special shout out to our partners, the Adventure Beer Company, aka the Gator Pit, the official hangout zone of your Hoosier State Instigators. If you are in Clinton, Indiana, and cannot make your way out to Cincinnati in time for the tip-off here, head over to the Adventure Beer Company and watch all of our away games for the Hoosier State Instigators directly at the Adventure Beer Company. Again, the Gator Pit, the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators. Jake, how you feeling today, man?
Cautiously optimistic. We're the first matchup, wasn't the best, but we're coming off of a victory. Since our interim coach Corey Kern, aka Frosty, has taken over, he's got a 2-2 record on the court. With the game that was announced as a forfeit by the Aces, he actually has a record of 3-2 now, so he's got a winning record on the season. I'm hoping he can keep that up today.
Who would have seen that coming? No, I'm just playing. Corey Kern, again, another pivotal player, not necessarily an athlete, but a pivotal player for the Hoosier State Instigators. As the co-founder, he has played a major role in everything leading up to this inaugural season and throughout the stretch as well. And coming away with a 3-2 record at the moment, which is huge, especially for playoff seeding. Let's get into that for a little bit. The Hoosier State Instigators currently hold a 5-7 record, leading up to the tip-off against the Ohio Kings today, with 4 games left on the season, the regular season, that is. As we begin to get closer and closer to the the postseason, the Instigators looking to try to make a big run here to close out their inaugural season, as every win and loss affects the playoff seeding for each team involved in every division, obviously. So the Hoosier State Instigators looking to make a big statement here today with a win against the Ohio Kings to be the first, not only be the first team to beat the Ohio Kings this year, but also to get closer and closer to that 500 mark and to get above, hopefully, with a successful closeout to the regular season. The Instigators eyeing a top seed in the division, at least a top 3 seed if they can make it to that point to get a first round bye in the playoffs, which would be huge. Just to be able to have a week off to focus on the round of 32. So the Instigators know that this game has a lot on the line for them as well. And I look forward to seeing a very competitive matchup, Jake. Um, I know you worded it about the best way that it could be worded is cautiously optimistic. And optimism is a very good thing for us to hold on to at the moment. Again, as um, the beginning stretch of our inaugural season kind of started off a bit rough in some spots. Some days were better than others. However, it seems like right now the team is gelling more than they have in the past, more than ever, I should say. And I'm just looking forward to another day of Instigators basketball against a very tough opponent, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, that fourth quarter comeback last week against the Legends was really great to see how the team came together. I do have a couple of updates here as far as some player updates for today's game. We got passed along word that Dylan Ware is out today. He's feeling under the weather, so he's sick. It's not an injury um, thing. Same with Stevie. He's going to be out today. Stevie Richmond, number 20. And then we also, I got word passed along, signed a new player, Mike Pugh. He'll be wearing Stevie's jersey today if he does have a chance to check in. And just one more note, I know we both have been guilty of doing this. Chris Wampler is the name. His last name is pronounced Wampler. We've said
So see,
Wampler, yeah, like all these different things, but it's Wampler.
we had it right the first time, and
Yeah.
that is on none of us. Okay, so we will not take the blame. This is a live broadcast, so we cannot take the blame for this. However, Chris, we do want to apologize as a collective. We will from now on call you Wampler unless you now prefer us to pronunciate it Wampler since it's already kind of caught on, you know. So we may call you that just out of love for the new nickname. However, yeah, that's good news to point out as well. We want to apologize for that as well. So Jake, getting into this game, there's a key matchup that I have on mind, or well, a key player to lock down for the Instigators to focus on. And that's number 11 for the Ohio Kings, Cameron Mitchell. He has been lights out for the Kings all throughout the season. However, I think too much of a good thing may be a bad thing. If we can lock down on that player and make them have to play through their entire team, we have a really good chance of making this a much more competitive game than game one. Obviously, these are learning curves that we have had to learn the hard way, coming off of a big loss against the Ohio Kings earlier in this season. However, that's something I'm focusing on. Is there any player on the Kings or even the Instigators that you're looking to see a big game from and that could change up everything today? What are you looking at?
Yeah, I think I agree with you right there. Cam Mitchell, that's going to be the key for the Instigators. If we can shut him down or at least limit him compared to that first matchup, he's been dominant throughout the season. As far as the Instigators, if we can have another game like Swish had last week, Lawan Whitney put up an Instigators record 40 points in the past game. That could definitely be very beneficial in today's game.
Absolutely. Shout out to our guy Lawan Whitney, Swish himself. Like you said, man, breaking the franchise record in the inaugural season with 40 points last week. Um, Obviously, a guy who gets a lot of love on offense. But let's shed some light on Lawan a little bit right now. Man, his defense has been incredible for a guy that shoots the way that he shoots. He has been. I mean, obviously, he's not pulling down no Alex Brown rebound numbers. You know, maybe if he was 7 foot, he might have a shot. However, one thing that I've noticed with Swish throughout the time that we've had him here for the inaugural season is he's been hunting down them boards like crazy throughout the year as well. So I just want to give him some shout out, not only just for breaking the record for total points scored in a game, but he's also been a major player for us on the defensive aspect of things as well. So I wanted to give him a quick shout out while we have the platform to do so.
Yeah, last week he had 7 rebounds. That's pretty impressive for a guard. We also had another guard with 7 rebounds. The shortest guy on our team, JoJo Hart, he's really stepped up on the defensive end as well. He's had a couple of games in the past few weeks where he's had a decent number of steals, so that's another thing to watch for, as the Instigators have really kind of clamped down on defense in the past few weeks.
Absolutely. I think our keys to success here today are limiting the free opportunities off of turnovers, creating some opportunities off of turnovers that are in our advantage, and also stopping the clock here and there. Go to the line. If we can get these guys to go drive to the cup and just stop the clock with some free throw opportunities, get the layups, get the fouls, and kind of cash in on those opportunities. I think it opens up our game a lot more today, to be able to find the right shots. I think those are keys for us to be able to come out ahead. Um, what do you think are some keys for the Kings to try to try to limit our opportunities? I guess I should say.
Yeah, I think the Kings, their key to victory in that first matchup, they kind of just came out hot and they never kind of cooled down. So if the Kings are able to keep that super fast momentum, I think that's one thing they can take advantage of and kind of hold the Instigators out of the game. But the Instigators, like this past matchup against the Legends, had some very key timeout calls, and I think that's what we should also look for in the Instigators to kind of slow down the momentum in the game.
Absolutely. And one key point to make as well, as we're being told from backstage, is that JoJo Hart will not be playing in his official game jersey today, which will lead to an automatic two free technical free throws for the Ohio Kings to kick off this game, which is unfortunate. However, again, if we can play as a team today, defensively, to create the offensive opportunities, I think we still have a very good shot at coming out ahead on this one. Obviously, the Ohio Kings are currently 9-0 in the American Basketball Association, but every dog has his day, and if any team is going to knock off the Ohio Kings' perfect season, why not the Hoosier State Instigators? A team that has been dominant in the American Basketball Association for our inaugural season. Defensively, I believe the team as a whole leads the entire league in rebounding. Obviously, we have Alex Brown, who leads the league um, for players individually. However, the Hoosier State Instigators have been able to track down those boards throughout the year. It's just um, limiting the opportunities that the Ohio Kings have off of quick shot opportunities. That's the one thing that I think, if we're able to create some spacing today, and get the ball to the right guy and make the right plays. That's all. That's all that really is going to come down to, is just basic fundamentals. If we can outplay those guys fundamentally today, um, I don't see why the Hoosier State Instigators cannot come out with a win and head to 6-7 against a very formidable opponent. Don't get me wrong; the Ohio Kings are a powerhouse, but the Hoosier State Instigators have shown signs that they can be just as good and up there with the best of them as well. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. We've got just a few more moments until we get into the official tip off of this one here. Live again from Cincinnati, Cincinnati State College. The Hoosier State Instigators traveling to face the Ohio Kings today, and their second game in the all-time series history, and looking to even things up a little bit here, as I believe we are getting closer and closer to tip-off. Jake, I will step back just for a moment. And again, just want to say thank you again to everyone here, everyone live in the chat, watching live directly from Patreon and everywhere you guys are at around the world. I am Jay. Jay Spacely is my stage name. Jay and my guy Jake on the sideline. We are both remote commentating. However, we will keep you guys up to date with everything going on throughout this stretch, play by plays. And again, we're looking forward to a very competitive matchup. So I will be right back. Jake, if you'd like to carry the conversation on with the fans in the chat, feel free to do feel free to do just that. I will be just back in a few moments.
All right. Yeah, I can do that.
The American Basketball Association of Cincinnati State and the Ohio Kings are committed to creating a safe and comfortable
It looks like we're just starting to get some of the pregame ceremonies started up in today's matchup. It should be going to tip in just a few minutes.
Therefore, all fans are encouraged to respect the rights of others.
And just one more note, I'm not sure if we mentioned this yet. Alex Brown, AB, big man, the 7-footer himself, number 7. Just to keep an eye on him. He's got a little bit of a knee thing that he's nursing, so he might not be playing quite as much, but we'll keep an eye on that. It's kind of like a thing we'll keep an eye on throughout the game if he's feeling for it or not. But I know we did start Venice Brown, his brother, last week. V Brown, that may have had something to do with that.
Every February, the Ohio Kings designates its first home game of the month as Unity Night, with the goal of promoting togetherness, solidarity, regardless of
Just a few moments here as we go through the player introductions. Again, we are just moments away from the official tip-off of this one here live again from Cincinnati State. The Instigators traveling to the Ohio Kings for this matchup here today. I am Jay, and I am alongside of my guy Jake Stone. We are for all of you guys watching exclusively on our Patreon. If you are not subscribed, you should head over to www.patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective to become an exclusive fan voter of your Hoosier State Instigators today.
Number 1, JoJo Hart. Number 7, Alex Brown. Number 13, LaJuan Whitney. Number 23, Jesse Sawyer. And number 32, Chuck Brown. And now, fans of the King, will get up out your seats and put your hands together for your Ohio Kings, the undefeated 10-0 Ohio Kings, right here in the Kingdom. First up, let's start at number 23,
As we wrap up the pregame ceremonies just before tip-off, just another shout out to our guy Ronan behind the scenes. He'll be behind the camera today. He'll keep us updated with the score in the chat throughout this matchup.
Another shout out to our guy Waleb, a huge supporter of the Hoosier State Instigators. Him and his family are actually not as far away from Cincinnati State as they are from the Clinton CRC. They've made their way to this game to support your Instigators as well. So just another quick shout out as we get closer and closer to tip off, as both sides head to the center. And it looks as if Alex Brown is on the court for the Hoosier State Instigators to start this one off as well.
Yeah, that's a positive note for the Instigators. And we mentioned this due to JoJo not having his jersey, the Instigators will lose the possession off the start, and the Kings will start with a couple of free throws.
As they make 1 out of 2, the Ohio Kings, I do believe, will have the ball yet again to inbound to start this one off. Currently holding a 1-point lead to start this game off against the Hoosier State Instigators. The Kings will inbound here, and we are off. As I believe that is Cameron Mitchell, who we have spoke about earlier. Yes, that is Cameron Mitchell. He'll have the ball in his hands for the Ohio Kings. He'll dish it off to his guy. They lose the handles. They go for the three. That one off the mark, but rebounded by Cam Mitchell, and he'll put the bucket up. It is 3-0 now. It goes up.
Yeah, he drives down the court, puts a shot up. Nice to see him in the starting lineup today. That's a new addition. That goes off the mark for the Kings off a quick shot.
And it looks as if, yes, the Hoosier State Instigators will have the ball to inbound. They go to our guy, JoJo Hart. JoJo, he'll find Luwan Whitney. Luwan around the screen. Step back three. Pull up and in.
The Kings drive down court quick again, put the shot up with a foul called. Shot does not go down, but it looks like they'll be going to the line for 2.
As Swish with the step back. His step back is art. It is beautiful. So we just want to give a quick shout out again to him as we get off and into this one early. The Kings make their first free throw attempt on this possession. And they cash in for both this time around.
JoJo Hart again with the ball in his hand. He's looking for his man down low. That gets stolen. So Kings drive down the court here again. Toss it up down low. But they pass it out of bounds. It'll be Instigators ball here. And it looks like a quick inbounds there as the ball went out of bounds on the Instigators, and a dunk for the Ohio Kings.
JoJo back with the ball in his hands. He goes over to Swish back to JoJo. And a travel called on JoJo Hart. Gives the ball right back to Ohio. Jesse Sawyer. And Mitchell. Stolen ball by Chuck Bloom. Chuck heads up the court. He lays that one up and in. It is currently 7-5 here with 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. As the Ohio Kings look to add on to their lead here, they drive up and under the bucket. A foul call or a whistle called. That one will be sending The Ohio Kings back to the baseline. As they inbound the ball, they go drive back up into the paint. Too quick on that one, too hot with the layup, and that one rolls off the mark, but it will go out of bounds off the hands of an Instigators player. The Kings will have that ball yet again as they go over. They dish to 23. 23. He loses the handles. He'll regain. He'll dish out. He goes back to Cam Mitchell. Cam Mitchell goes out to the perimeter. The Kings miss the shot, and the Instigators come down with the rebound. That is LaJuan Whitney. He goes over to Jesse Sawyer with a clean three. Jesse Sawyer on his man. Rebound off the mark. Down hard. Jesse Sawyer goes, but he comes down with the ball, and the Instigators will have possession.
Yeah, a couple of good moves there for Jesse Sawyer. That's new for our starting lineup. Typically, he comes off the bench, but it seems like Frosty knew exactly what he was doing, putting him in the starting lineup today.
Jason Wright making a comment in the chat. He says, nice hustling. Yes, absolutely. The Kings, they come down with that rebound as both sides are really hustling down the court here early in this one. The Kings looking for an opportunity. They drive to the bucket. They get it in. And JoJo Hart will come down the court with the ball in his hands now. With Dylan Ware being out of the lineup today, JoJo and a lot of the other guards for the Hoosier State Instigators will be looking to dish the ball around as we see a lineup that hosts Jesse Sawyer, LaJuan Whitney, and JoJo Hart out there today with Chuck Bloom and Alex Brown. Buzzer called, and that will be a shot clock violation as the Ohio Kings now have the ball. 3 from number 2, he puts it up and in. And the Instigators inbound now off of that made bucket by the Ohio Kings. JoJo gets around the screen again. He'll dish the ball just over to Jesse Sawyer. Jesse to switch to Chuck. Chuck back to Swish. Swish doing just that, makes a wide open bucket. It is 12-10 here now in the first quarter as the Ohio Kings inbound this one. They head back up the court, I believe. Yes, that is Cameron Mitchell with the ball in his hands as he looks to go to the right, but he finds a guy down low. Jumper up, money for the Kings. JoJo, wide open 3, but he's off the mark. Comes down with the ball. Chuck Bloom, that is, and he puts it up and in. It is 14-9 now here with just under 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And that ball is up and in as well. Another 3 made by the Ohio Kings here early. LaJuan Whitney, he goes up the court now. Fresh off a 40-point game, he's looking to get some more here. That one's off the side of the backboard and recovered by the Kings as they head up the court. Foul called on Jesse Sawyer. And a media timeout is called as we are under 8 minutes here in the first quarter. 7:05 remaining. We will be right back after a quick message. The score is 17-13 here with 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Ohio Kings holding a 4-point lead as they will have the ball back in their hands off of this inbound. The Instigators looking to find an answer to the Ohio Kings transition as they have been able to get underneath the basket and hit from far behind the range. As they go up and in, they will get fouled yet again by the Instigators,
Foul
sending
number
the
11,
Ohio
Joe
Kings back to the
Bird.
line for 2 more free throw opportunities.
Going to the line, shooting 2 for the Kings. Let's see what Chicago. Stone.
Kings up and in for that first free throw opportunity there. They'll get one more here. And that one bounces off the rim, but it is up and in. And Swish goes back up the court. Finds this guy, Jesse Sawyer. Jesse back to Swish. Swish to Joe Bird. Joe Bird on the court for the Hoosier State Instigators. He finds Alex Brown down low. Alex off to his guy, but stolen by the Kings. And stolen right back by LaJuan Whitney. He goes up the court now. He'll try to drive through. No opportunity there. Stolen by the Kings. They go up the court, slam it in. And the Kings looking to make a quick run here as the Instigators go right back up the court with the ball in their hands now. They reset. Swish off the screen. Joe Bird has the ball in his hands. Alex Brown misses the jumper. Rebounded by Joe Bird. Joe Bird under the basket gets the bucket. And that ball will be in the hands of Swish as he drives up the court. Swish will lose the ball now. And a nobody but a Mitchell down at the court. As the Instigators head up the court now with the ball back in their hands. That is Chuck Bloom who has it. Chuck Bloom finds AB. AB to Jesse Sawyer. Jesse, he'll go into the paint. He'll get it up. Rebounded by Alex Brown, who does not get the roll, and the Kings come down with it. Another quick, fast transition for the Kings. That jumper's off the mark. Rebounded by LaJuan Whitney, but a whistle blown.
The foul's on number 13, LaJuan Whitney. That's his first, team 6.
That whistle will send the Ohio Kings right back on their half of the court with the ball in their hands. They are under the basket. They get it to number 7. Number 7, he pump fakes, he pivot steps, he goes up for the jumper. That one's off the mark, but he comes down with his own rebound and he gets the and one as he makes that bucket.
Foul number 11, Joe Bird. That's his second, team 7th. Going to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play is the big ticket, number 7.
We've seen the Kings coming out hot, similar to how they started off the first game. A very fast-paced team. They keep putting points on the board here.
Yes, the game plan of the Ohio Kings has been money for them here early. But Joe Bird finds Alex Brown, and he goes up for a bucket, but that's fouled on the way up, sending Alex Brown to the line for 2 here.
Foul's number 7, Tyrone Bradshaw. That's his first, team 2nd. To the line, shooting 2 for the Instigators. It's number 7, Alex Brown.
And the front end of the free throws falls in for AB.
And that one up and in for Alex as well. Ohio Kings currently with 25, looking to add on to it here. That jumper is up. Alex Brown contests it, but didn't make that bucket. Joe Bird, he'll try to get the layup. Alex Brown with the putback attempt. No good. He rebounds it for a second time, and he put that one up. And that is in for the Instigators. And as you see it there, a new player for the Hoosier State Instigators takes the court, and Mike Pugh, as he'll have the opportunity to guard this inbound here. Kevin Mitchell, I believe that is, number 6 for the Ohio Kings. But he'll get replaced by number 5 as he makes his way back onto the court. And it looks as if this one will send number 6 to the line here for 2 free throws. Unsure as to what had happened there to cause 2 free throw opportunities, but they will cash in that first opportunity here on this possession. The Ohio Kings, that is. And both are good. And we are being sent to a media break, the second of this first quarter, as the Hoosier State Instigators currently trail here 29 to 19, I do believe, maybe 14. Back in action here. That is Mike Pugh with the ball in his hand. As he drives into the lane, he goes up for a layup, but that's off the mark. Rebounded down low by Chuck Bloom, and he'll get sent to the line for 2 now. The score currently being 29 to 19 here with 3:58 in the first quarter. Chuck Bloom, he makes his first, he goes up for a second. That one off the mark, rebounded by the Instigators. They put it back up, no foul called on that one, and the Kings come down with the rebound. Ten, wide open 3, up and in. Or currently 32 to 20. That 3 well off the mark. Rebounded, but out of bounds it goes. And the Instigators have the ball right back now in their hands off of this inbound. But Chuck Bloom being subbed out for Aubrey Patterson, as Aubrey Patterson will be the one to inbound for the Hoosier State Instigators. He'll lob it over to Joe Bird. Joe Bird up in the paint. He lays that one up and in, but the Instigators currently trailing by 10. Need to get a few more stops here if they want to end out this first quarter with the lead. The Kings have the ball right back in their hands, and a foul called.
Foul number 11, Joe Bird. That's his third, team's 9th.
The Instigators currently holding 19 fouls here just in the first quarter alone. Need to chop down on that if they want to keep the Ohio Kings from going to the line here. As the Kings, they're off the mark on that opportunity. Kings, good for that one. AB drives up and in. He makes the and one. Or he makes the bucket to go to an and one, I should say, as he heads to the line here for a free throw opportunity.
Team's fourth. To the line looking for the 3-point play is number 7, Alex Brown.
The score is currently 33-24 as AB goes up for his and one opportunity. That one off the mark, rebounded by the Kings. 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. The Kings, they get it to their guy number 23. That ball stolen by Alex Brown. He'll get the ball to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh out to Bird. Bird into the paint. Puts the layup up. He gets fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line here for two. Score currently 33-24. The Ohio Kings holding a 7-point lead as Joe Bird will go up for his first free throw opportunity of this possession.
It's number 11, Joe Bird.
Off the rim, that one goes, and Joe Bird is no good for that first free throw opportunity. He'll make that one, though, as the Instigators trim down this lead by the Kings. They're right back up the court. Fouled. And the Kings will head to the line now as they draw one to the basket. They try to put up a layup and get fouled on the way up as well.
Now fouls on number 6, that's Aubrey Patterson. That's his first, team's 10th.
That will be the 10th team foul for the Hoosier State Instigators. First for Aubrey Patterson here today. But again, the Ohio Kings missed that first free throw opportunity. And they missed both as the Instigators come down with that ball. That is Aubrey Patterson now with the ball in his hands as he heads up the court. He finds a wide open Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom drives to the basket. He does not get fouled on the way up as that ball goes up and off the mark. The Kings come down with the layup and they go back up the court with the ball. Rebounded now by the Instigators as Chuck Bloom has the ball in his hands. Chuck goes to Mike Pugh. Pugh off the screen, into the paint, off the body. No contact, contact not called. The layup up and off the mark. Kings with the rebound, Kings with the three, Kings off the mark. But they rebound yet again as they drive into the paint. That one off the mark as well. Third opportunity is good for the Kings. And they get the steal. And they put up a three off the mark, rebounded by the Instigators. As that is Chris Wampler with the ball now in his hands. He finds Aubrey Patterson for three, but the shot is off the mark, rebounded by Chuck Bloom. But they will travel out of bounds on the Ohio Kings as they try to swipe it away. Joe Bird will have the ball now to inbound for the Instigators with 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. And that ball all the way off the mark. He'll find Chuck Bloom down court. Wampler. Back to Pugh. Pugh with the three. Off the mark. Rebounded down low. That's off the mark as well, but rebounded by Chuck Bloom, and he'll put the basket in. Contested by Pugh, but that one's for two for the Ohio Kings. Wampler back up the court now. Wampler to Bird. Bird up and on the mark, but off the rim. And that will be rebounded by the Kings as they head up the court for another quick transition to Clark. Clark continues to roll on here. Joe Bird with the last chance opportunity, but that one will be off the mark. Score here to end the first quarter is 39-27. The Ohio Kings holding a 12-point lead. And we will be right back after this quick break. We'll be right back to the action.
As we start up the second quarter here, Kings lead 39-27. Instigators looking to keep this game as close as they can. As they will start off with the ball in the second quarter. That gets passed into Pugh. He drives down the court, looks for something to get set up. Pass out to Lawan. He puts the shot up, and he swishes that, just as his nickname, Swish. Kings with the ball, driving down court. Pass back out to the outside. He drives back in. Travel called as the Instigators will gain possession. And they pass it in to Lawan. He drives down. That ball gets hit out of bounds, but possession will maintain with the Instigators. That pass goes into Pugh. Screen set up there by Chuck Bloom. Pass back out to big man AB from three. That's off the mark as the Kings come down with that. They drive down the court here quickly. Pass it outside. Drive down low, but that's stolen by Chuck Bloom. Instigators look to get on the board here. They make a couple of passes. The wand goes up for the tough layup, and that goes in. Kings again looking for a quick score as they put up a three. That's off the mark, rebounded by Chuck Bloom. He passes it out to the newest addition, Pugh again. He looks to get something set up for the Instigators. He pulls up for a three. That's off the mark as it goes out of bounds, and the Kings will gain possession. That should put the score. We're at 39-31 for the Kings. They drive down for a difficult layup. Foul called. They'll be going to the line for 2 free throws.
Number 7, Alex Brown. That's his second, team's first. Going to the line Now shoot 2 for the Kings, number 7, Tyrone Bradshaw.
First shot is up and good. And very fast-paced, physical matchup so far in this game. We're definitely looking forward to seeing this play out. That one's off the mark. Chuck Bloom again down with the rebound. He passes it up court to AB. He throws it out. And Instigators hit the three. Lawan squish Whitney again from downtown. Kings look to get a play set up here as they pass it out to the three-point line, drive down, and put up a difficult layup, and that's good. Lawan with the ball in his hand. Passes it, almost stolen, but whistle gets blown. Looks like that's going to be a foul called on the Kings. Instigators pass the ball in here to JoJo Hart. That ball gets stolen by the Kings. They pull up for a difficult layup. Foul called, shot goes in, and they'll have a chance here for a three-point play.
A lot of fouls being called here early. The majority being called on the Hoosier State Instigators. However, as we said earlier, that is going to be the game plan for today. If we look to fall back in, is to drive in and get those foul calls the same way the Ohio Kings have early here, as they have been at the line for the majority of the game, it feels as they go up for their first free throw opportunity of this possession. This one is up, and that one is in, and one good. And Lawan Whitney now, he'll have the ball.
Another whistle blown. We've seen a lot of physicality in this matchup so far, as the Instigators will maintain possession.
As number 5 for the Ohio Kings comes out, he'll be replaced by 15. He gets that jumper put in his face by Lawan Whitney. That one's up and in. And the Kings, they drive through to the layup. And another whistle call.
Foul number 13, Lawan Whitney, his second, team's third. Looking for the three-point play for the Kings, number 7, Tyrone Bradshaw.
The Kings, they make that one as well. Off the mark, that one will go out of bounds. And a quick inbound opportunity here for the Kings as number 6, he gets that ball, but he puts the shot off the mark. Rebounded here by Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom, he'll go to his guy swish over to JoJo Hart. JoJo off the screen. Back down to AB. AB fakes the shot. He gets it to Chuck Bloom, and Chuck Bloom gets the basket for the Instigators. We have 8:05 remaining here in the second quarter, as the Instigators go right back up the court. Mike Pugh with the ball in his hands. He'll go to AB. AB back to Pugh. Pugh loses the handle, stolen by the Kings as the Kings head up the court now. Off the mark with that layup, rebounded and good for the Kings, and a media timeout called by the refs, which signals that we will be right back here after a quick media break.
So the Nancy Wolf Holocaust Humanity Center, located at Cincinnati's landmark Union Terminal, is a state-of-the-art museum offering academic programming.
And score here in the second quarter, 50-38. Kings still out in front. 7:40 left in the second.
Just under 8 minutes again. As Jake said, we have just under 8 minutes remaining here until halftime. We have a very special halftime event coming to our fans at the Clinton CRC next week as we face off against the Clarksville Phoenix. Let's get into a little bit of that closer to halftime as we are right back into the action. Pew will inbound that ball to JoJo Hart. JoJo Hart now studs up the court. Right off the screen of AB. JoJo up and in with that basket. He gets the lead for the Ohio Kings bet down to 10 points. As the Kings, they have the ball. Mitchell to the right. He gets fouled on the way up.
There's a foul number one, JoJo on his second, team's fourth. To the line for the Kings, number 0, Jakai Stone.
That one up and in for the Ohio Kings. They take the lead back up to 11 from number 11 as he looks to add one more here. And he does. Swish to JoJo. Too much hands by number 0 for the Ohio Kings. And that will signal a whistle from the refs as the official hands the ball to Joe Bird. Joe Bird inbounds that ball back to JoJo Hart. JoJo Hart up the court with the ball. Finds this guy AB. AB back to JoJo Hart. JoJo around his defender. He'll dish it to the corner. Joe Bird finds LaJuan. LaJuan Whitney drives up and in. No layup or no bucket off that layup. Buzzer signal, no play stopped as the Ohio Kings set up the court. They make that bucket off a quick transition. Now Mike Pugh heads up the court. Looking to get the Instigators back in rhythm here. He'll go for the ISO. He'll dish it over to his guy. Joe Bird with the money shot. 54-43 now. That ball almost travels out of bounds. It's saved. That three is off the mark. Rebounded. Second chance for the Kings. Off the mark as well. That one travels off the body of a Kings player, sending that ball out of bounds. The Instigators now have the ball in their hands. IQ gets the three. 54-46 is the score with the Kings in the lead as they have the ball. They go up the court. Number 6, guarded by Pugh, another whistle called. 5:38 remaining in the second quarter here. As we have a quick pause in action, number 6 heads to the line again for 2 free throw opportunities here.
Hoosier State Instigators. Shooting 2 for the Kings, number 6, Ken Mitchell. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Ken Mitchell makes both of the technical foul shots. So they take the basketball.
And the Kings, they get the ball. That one travels off the hands of the Instigators. And out of bounds it goes. The Kings have the inbound on the other side of the court now. In the corner with it. Down low they go. They get the bucket up and in. 5:30 remaining here in the first half. As the Ohio Kings hold a lead against the Hoosier State Instigators. JoJo Hart looking to turn that down here with a three, but that one's off the mark. Rebounded by himself. Joe Bird behind the line. Down low to AB. AB with the basket. 5 minutes remain here. Number 7 against number 7. That one off the mark with the jumper for the Kings, and another whistle blown as the Kings come down with that rebound.
Foul number 20, Mike Pugh. That's his third, team 6.
Foul called on Mike Pugh, gives the ball to the Kings, but they do nothing with it as Alex Brown comes down with the rebound. 4:50 remaining in the second quarter. JoJo Hart goes up the court. Joe Bird to Alex Brown off the mark with that one, and Kevin Mitchell, that is, goes up the court. And he'll try to dish that out of bounds on an Instigators player, but that travels out on him. And the Instigators get the ball. Swish goes over to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh to AB. AB doesn't like it, so he dishes it out to JoJo. Quick reset. JoJo around his guy for the screen. Back down to AB. AB tries to go up. Again, no call. The Kings get the ball. They go up the court. Number 6 will gather. He goes to number 5. 5 with a big time. .403 remaining here in the second quarter. The score is currently 61-48 as the Ohio Kings hold a 13-point lead against your Hoosier State Instigators. We will be right back after a quick media message as we get back into the action here live at Cincinnati State. We are back here, folks. Again, the score currently is 61-48 with 4:03 remaining here in the second quarter as Joe Bird will be the one to inbound the ball for the Hoosier State Instigators. Joe Bird goes to JoJo. Bird down low. Joe back to AB down low as AB goes down, or up for the basket rather, as he will head down to the line for 2 free throw opportunities.
Team 4. To the line shooting 2 for the Instigators, number 7, Alex Brown.
Alex Brown off the mark with that one. And no good with that one as well. The Ohio Kings come back up the court. And they will get the bucket.
Selected by number 0, Chicago Stone.
Currently 63-48 now. Here with the ball in LaJuan Whitney's hands. Whitney, he'll do a step back. He'll get the ball back to AB. AB goes back to swish. And he does just that yet again with another three for the Instigators. And another whistle on the Instigators sends the Ohio Kings right back with the ball in their hands again as well. This time they'll be shooting for two by number 0 of the Ohio Kings.
Team foul. So going to the line, shoot 2 for the Kings is number 0, Chicago Stone. Bang, bang.
And that one is good for the Ohio Kings as well, as Joe Bird heads up the court now. With the ball in his hands, he gets around the screen for AB. But no good off of that one as he goes up and off the mark. He does get fouled on the way up this time. And that will send Joe Bird to the line for 2 for your Hoosier State Instigators. Currently down by 14 here with 3:05 remaining in the second quarter.
Shoot 2 for the Instigators, number 11, Joe Bird.
Joe Bird, good for 1 here, going for his second. He makes both, and now the Kings look to answer back off of that. Those 2 free throw opportunities there for the Hoosier State Instigators. Number 5 with the ball in his hands here. Does a little too much. He's off the mark, but that's rebounded and put back under the basket by number 10 for the Ohio Kings. JoJo up to AB. AB puts the bucket up and in. But a quick transition from the Kings leads right back to another second chance opportunity for 10. 10 with the second out the rebound of this possession. And a foul on the Instigators. Off the mark, rebound by AB. AB to Jesse Sawyer. Jesse smothered. But he gets around his guys. He dishes it out to the corner, but off the mark.
That foul is number 10, his first long his first team's 9th.
And that is the 19th foul for your Hoosier State Instigators here in just the second quarter alone. First on Chris Wampler. But that will send the Ohio Kings back to the line for 2 more free throw opportunities here. 1:59 remaining in the second quarter. That first one is off the mark. And Chuck Bloom subs in for Alex Brown here. Off the mark, or on the mark this time, as the Ohio Kings get 1 out of 2 of those free throws. As Chris Wampler heads up the court, he'll get the ball to Joe Bird. Joe Bird to a fresh Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom off the mark. Jesse Sawyer underneath. He'll go up and get fouled. He goes to the line now for 2 free throw opportunities.
His first, team 6. Going to the line, shoot 2 for the Instigators, number 23, Jesse Sawyer.
Sawyer off the mark. Money for that one, as that one rolls in for Jesse Sawyer, doing his part to try to turn down on this lead by the Ohio Kings here before halftime, as we have 1:41 remaining. And the Ohio Kings fouled. They'll get an and one opportunity here. As Chris Wampler fouls number 5 for the Ohio Kings. That's his second on the game. Jesse Sawyer, quick to Chance Fry. Chance Fry to his guy. That travels out of bounds off the hands of the Instigators. And another foul called.
Foul number 23, Jesse Sawyer. There's 7. To the non-shooting for the Kings is number 6, Cam Pitcher.
Second free throw is good. Chuck Bloom with the ball in his hands. He passes it down court. Chris Wampler lines up for the 3. That's off the mark. Kings drive down court quickly, put a shot up, and that is no good. Instigators down with a rebound.
Chuck Bloom with the ball. Go ahead. Sorry, Jake.
You good. You good. Jesse Sawyer looks like down low. Pass it down to Chuck Bloom. He puts it up, and that's good.
And another whistle blown sends the Ohio Kings back to the line yet again for some more bonus free throw opportunities. As number 5, he'll get 2 free throw opportunities here with 45.9 remaining in the first half. The Kings holding a huge lead against the Instigators here. And they'll add on to it with at least 1 out of these free throw opportunities, as that first one is up and in. And both go down for the Ohio Kings, and the Instigators back with the ball as LaJuan Whitney is back on the court now for the Instigators. Finds Joe Bird on the other side. Joe Bird down low to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom with the basket. Clock continues to roll. There's 30 seconds remaining here. Number 5, step back 3. He's good for it. That one goes up and in. Chuck Bloom. 17 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That's LaJuan Whitney going for a midi, and that one's up and in. The buzzer sounds, and the Instigators currently down here as they head into half. It is a 77-62 point game. 15 points is the total amount of points that they are down by here, as they need to claw back in the second half if they want to become the first team in this season to beat the Ohio Kings, currently holding a 10-0 record for their season here. The Instigators looking to claw back and make it a 6-7 record for their inaugural season. However, we will be right back with some halftime keynotes and commentary right after a quick message. Welcome back, everybody. Again, we want to say thank you to all of our partners and sponsors. SDMC Indiana, the Alley Oop sponsor for your Hoosier State Instigators. Alongside of them, we want to say thank you to the Adventure Beer Company, aka the Gator Pit, the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators. We also want to say thank you to Diamond House International and Fan Control Sports and Entertainment for all of their support and everything they do on the back end to help your Hoosier State Instigators gain more awareness throughout their inaugural season in the American Basketball Association. Alongside of our partners and sponsors, we also want to say thank you to all of our supporters, to every fan watching this game live exclusively from our Patreons. You can do so yourself if you are not already subscribed. Head over to patreon.com/Apex Athletic Collective to learn more. Also, visit the official website of your Hoosier State Instigators and the Apex Athletic Collective by heading to www.apexofsports.com. You can purchase official game jerseys, memorabilia, and so much more by visiting the official store of your Hoosier State Instigators. Jake, how are you feeling today, man? As we are down big here in half, we've seen this before, though. The Instigators can definitely fall back, but the third quarter will be a pivotal quarter for this one if we are to do so. How are you feeling now? What are you seeing on your end of the country as we are both remote commentating here?
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. I mean, we knew that going into the game. The Kings are one of the top teams in the ABA. They're still undefeated, and we had a tough matchup that first time against them. That third quarter really is going to be a key factor. I know we've both seen this throughout the game. It seems like a lot of fouls. So if we could somehow limit the fouls down low, and stop allowing the Kings to get to the free throw line, and maybe drive a little bit more ourselves to get to the free throw line. That could be some of the key factors to watch for in this game.
Absolutely. And speaking of watching, look at these kids down in the court, man. They are balling right now. Who
Yeah.
are we going for? Who do we root for as a collective? Because I don't want to root against you on this one. Um, who are we think is going to win this game right here? This is the one that I'm interested at this very moment. Um,
I
I
think
like.
I'm gonna go with the black jersey since we're wearing black today.
Oh, okay, but man, that kid down low is looking good. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
that's who we're rocking with today. So let's go, guys. As we see number 20 with the ball, he drives past this guy, but he'll get it back out to the perimeter. He loses the handles. What is going on here, Jake? As he gets the ball back in his hands, number 20, that is. He puts the bucket up. No foul called. And we have a very special halftime event. How about you get into that? Let's announce that again for those who may not be in the loop, or for those who just want to be reminded about the halftime event we have in store next week for our fans back at home.
Yeah, so really big, really special event next week. It's our final home game of the season. Make your way out to the Clinton CRC. February 11th, we're matched up against the Clarksville Phoenix. One fan is going to have an amazing opportunity to walk away with $10,000. That's really like a life-changing amount of money. They will have 24 seconds to hit a few shots. They're going to have to make a layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot in 24 seconds. And if they're able to do so, they walk away with $10,000. Everybody that's at the game, you'll get an entry into that. The raffle will be drawn. If you buy your tickets online at the Apex, www.apexosports.com, you'll get an additional entry for buying your ticket online, and you can also buy additional entries at the venue for $2 a piece.
Man, I'm so excited. I just hope somebody hits it. Like honestly, man, just man, that would be so insane to see somebody come up and first of all, I mean it's slim chances, but nothing's impossible. And if anybody is gonna make if anybody's going to be a contestant winner, it has to be somebody from the Hoosier State, right? Like they love basketball. We love basketball here at the Hoosier State, and that's the one of the main reasons, I should say, that we chose Indiana to be our very first location for a franchise in the Apex Athletic Collective, because you just see the support and you see the love for the sport as you see generations on generations in the crowd every time we play anywhere. Um, Again, this game is being held in Cincinnati at Cincinnati State, the official home venue for the Ohio Kings. But the Hoosier State Instigators have a tremendous venue of our own, as well as the Clinton CRC has been phenomenal in showing their love and support for the Hoosier State Instigators during their inaugural season. So we just want to say thank you again to those to everyone involved within the community for coming out and just embracing the idea of the franchise and supporting from the jump. Again, so I don't know. Let's. I haven't been keeping score on this game, so we're gonna start from scratch.
Yeah.
Unless somebody in the chat has, if you have the total score for this game right here on the court right now, as the black jerseys miss the ball or miss that one, they go back down low, and that's out of bounds. But I'm gonna signal a foul on. Nope, never mind. The guys don't agree with me on that one. As as we give the ball back to the white jerseys, these kids are balling out. Let's be frank, man. These guys are deadly. Number 20 off the mark. Man, I just enjoy this so much, Jake. How about you, man? This is it makes my week every time that we come on here and we're able to just be a part of everything going on with the ownership group alongside of the franchise and just everything that boils into it. But mainly just being able to be here and conversate with all the fans in the chat as well. See a lot of new names in the chat as well as some guys that have been around from the jump, and we want to say thank you again to each and every one of you guys for being here, watching this game from wherever you are in the world. And to those, again, at the Adventure Beer Company, aka the Gator Pit, the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators, they stream all of our away games for everybody, every patron in the building, which is just phenomenal. We cannot say thank you guys enough to for everything that you guys do for supporting the Instigators.
Yeah, we've had ourselves a physical game in store so far. Definitely looking forward to seeing how the Instigators come out in the second half here as we see them start to take the court for some warm-up shots here. I've been surprised, pleasantly surprised with Pew for his first game as an Instigator. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good takeaways from this one. Obviously, the fouls have given the Ohio Kings an opportunity to just drain in a lot of free opportunities. Something that we spoke on early, in the lead up to this game, and obviously that's not the way that we wanted to go with it going against us. However, the Instigators just have to lock in and play that intensive defense that they are able to play to, and really just get the ball to the basket at this moment and see if we can claw back. As I believe we are currently down by 15. That is not something that we've seen the Instigators shy away from and close up against. Meaning what I mean by that is the Instigators do not fret an opportunity to make a comeback. The Instigators actually coming off of a comeback victory last week as we beat the Indiana Legends 140 to 135 in a very close matchup that week. So the Instigators looking to try to duplicate that comeback, that intensity, I should say, to make a comeback attempt against the currently undefeated Ohio Kings. And we have just about 40 seconds or so remaining before we get back into the second half of this one here. So we will take take the moment to take a quick media break as we get ready to get back into the action here, live again from Cincinnati State.
We start this third quarter with the Instigators basketball.
The Instigators will have the ball to start the second half. However, again, Jake, I don't think we actually got a final score for that halftime game. So I'm gonna throw it up in the air and say we came down with that win. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds about right, don't it? So as we see the court clear up, that means that we are getting closer and closer to heading into the second half here. The Hoosier State Instigators currently trailing by 15, as it is a 77 to 62 point game here, with the halftime just wrapping up. The Ohio Kings currently holding that 12-point lead. Look to add on to their total as they chase another blowout victory against the Instigators. If the Instigators cannot stop the free opportunities that the Ohio Kings are getting from those transitions. One focal point I would say for the Instigators also is that Alex Brown has been massive down in the paint. However, you haven't seen what we're used to seeing so far in that first half from AB, as we look to try to get that ball back to him underneath the basket and get him influencing the play throughout this one here. Obviously, not much to ask for the big guy himself, as he currently leads the league in rebounding. And again, the Instigators have the ball now here to start the third quarter. That will be Chuck Bloom, who inbounds the ball to JoJo Hart. JoJo back up the court now. Going right back off the screen, the layup to AB. AB with the rebound. He dishes it over to Joe Bird. No good for the basket as the Kings head back up the court now. That ball will, I believe, be out of bounds. Yes, on the Ohio Kings. No, I am incorrect on that one, as it looks as if the Ohio Kings will have the ball. No, I apologize yet again. As we say many times, we are currently remotely broadcasting, so some certain angles are tougher than others to notice. Lawan with the ball in his hands, he goes up for the layup. Rebounded by Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom to JoJo Hart. Chuck goes down to the corner. He gets the ball. He goes up for the three, but that's off the mark. The Kings now with the ball. Rebounded by Chuck Bloom for the Instigators.
Kings drive down court, put up a quick layup there. Chuck Bloom with the ball in his hand, looking to get something on the board. Puts a shot up, difficult, but that's off the mark. So Kings come down court again with the ball. Number 6 drives up there and puts up the layup. That falls in. Swish passes it out to Joe Bird. He pulls up for a 3. That one goes off the rim into the hands of a Kings player. They drive down court and quickly put up a shot. That's off the mark, but they get the rebound for a second chance. Now a third chance, and the third chance falls in.
The lead now has swollen to 21 points for the Ohio Kings, but JoJo Hart has the ball in his hands. He finds Joe Bird. Down low to AB. AB fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line here with 9:51 remaining in the third quarter.
Foul, teams first.
AB lines up for that first free throw. That's off the front of the rim. A couple substitutions. Second shot.
That one off the mark as well now for Alex Brown and the Kings with the ball. That's off the foot of Jesse Sawyer. That travels back court. Ball almost stolen by it is stolen by the Instigators. And they travel up the court on a fast break, but that one's off the mark. JoJo Hart will miss the layup. Travels out of bounds on the Kings. And Alex Brown now has the ball for the inbound. JoJo Hart. Thanks about the step back. Gets it to Jesse Sawyer. Jesse finds Chuck Bloom under the basket. Bloom goes for the layup. No foul called. Off the mark on that one. And the Kings get the rebound. Now they go up the court. Still holding that 21-point lead out for long as they make that jumper. Down by the basket. It is 85-62 here. 8:52 remaining in the third.
That foul's on number 20. That's Anthony McDaniel. His first, team second.
Foul on the Ohio Kings. Instigators, they get the ball to the corner. Swish with the three, but off the mark. Rebounded by Jesse Sawyer. He'll rebound his missed opportunity there. He'll go to the corner. He's off the mark, but the Kings get the ball now. And they travel up the court quick. Wide open three for number 6. Number 6 makes the bucket. 88-62 here now with a 26-point deficit. Ball back from. And a timeout called on the Instigators. We'll send this one here to a quick media break as we get right back into the action here after a quick message.
Welcome you back here in the third quarter. 8:17 remaining. Kings up again, 88-62 against the Hoosier State Instigators. 26-point lead currently.
Very, very, very tough position to be in right now for the Hoosier State Instigators. Right now, I think what we have to do is focus drive by drive on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, and try to try to limit these possessions for the Ohio Kings, as they have been able to cash in on those all throughout the game today here. With just about 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, Mike Pugh goes up for the jumper, and that's off the mark. Now the Kings go back up the court with the ball in their hands. Rebounded by LaRon Whitney. Mike Pugh. Fast break opportunity. That one's up and in. That three off the mark. Mike Pugh back with the ball in his hands here. Off the screen. Nobody underneath except for Chuck Bloom. He tries to get the ball from the Kings. There will be a foul called on him for doing so, but he stops the momentum for a split second as it causes a reset now for the Kings. They go back into the inbound. They go up the court. They're past their guy. Quick fast break still. And fouled on the way up. That'll send the Kings back to the line here. Currently up 88-64.
This is third, team's first. To the line, shoot 2 for the Kings, number 0. Jakarta Stone.
And the Ohio Kings, number 0, he'll go up for his second free throw opportunity here. Currently 89-64 is the score. And add one more to that as they make it 90-64 off of that free throw opportunity. The Instigators inbound the ball here. JoJo Hart heads up the court. JoJo weaves through. He finds a guy. Mike Pugh off the mark. And another foul called. That one will be on Alex Brown. And the Kings will get 2 more free throw opportunities here.
Foul on number 7, Alex Brown. His third, team second. The line shooting 2 for the Kings, number 6, Cam Mitchell.
That is number 6, Cam Mitchell, who misses that free throw opportunity here. But he'll get the Kings 1 more right there off of that one. It is currently 91-64 here. 6:52 remaining in the third quarter. As LaRon Whitney, he goes for a jumper off the mark. Rebounded by the Kings. Kings right back up the court. Quick transition. That one off the mark. Rebounded by Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh finds Chuck Boomer. No, the ball is stolen by the Kings. And a familiar sound here as the whistle blows. That ball goes into the hands of the Instigators. Down to AB. AB out. And that is none other than Swiss. LaRon Whitney with the 3. Alex Brown. He's big in the paint. He keeps the Kings from scoring there. He goes right back to Swiss. It worked last time, but it's off the mark. That ball saved by JoJo Hart. Down to AB. Foul called.
Foul number 20, Anthony McDaniel, second, team's third. Looking for the 3-point plays, number 7, Alex Brown.
Alex looking to cash in on this and 1 opportunity.
And that travel that was on the Kings in the backcourt, it should have been a 3D. Sponsored by the Cochran firm. So that 3-point shot actually counted for 4 for number 13.
To make a correction here, This is a 3D rule in effect, meaning this and one opportunity will actually give Alex Brown an opportunity to make a 4-point play if he could cash in on this free throw right here. The Kings, they put a 3 up. That one's in. 94-70 is the score here. But no foul. Chuck Bloom going through contact there for that layup, but no foul called. Kings with the ball and get a 3. 97-70. 5:35 remaining here in the third quarter. And a whistle called on the Kings there. As JoJo Hart goes down hard. Instigators, they inbound the ball. JoJo Hart. Down to Chuck Bloom, 8 feet out. That's Pugh driving through. He finds Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom under the basket. He'll pump up. He goes up for the shot and fouled. He'll head to the line here for 2.
That foul's number 5, Kevin Mitchell. This is third, team's 5th. So the line shooting 2 for the Instigators, number 32, Chuck Bloom.
Off the mark for Chuck Bloom on that first opportunity there. And his second as well as the Kings, they'll come down with that rebound and they go up the court on a fast break opportunity. Their layup no good, but Chuck Bloom right back down on the other half of the basket. He gets the rebound, finds JoJo Hart. JoJo off the mark for second chance opportunity for AP, leads to a basket. And Alex Brown causing an Ohio Kings player to just chuck it up, but that one's off the mark. Alex Brown down underneath. He'll put that one in. And a whistle called, signaling a timeout. And the Ohio Kings will take that timeout with 4:36 remaining here in the third, currently holding a 97-74 point lead. We will be right back after the quick media break as we get right back into this one here at Cincinnati State.
Here we go, back to that action.
Kings inbound the ball here, up 97-74 against your Instigators. They drive down low, put up a tough shot. That's off the mark. Instigators come down with a rebound. Pugh passes it out to JoJo. Down low for the dunk, AB. Whistle blown as it looks like a foul has been called. Quick pass down court there by the Kings.
And that foul is number 20, Mike Pugh. That's his fourth, team's third. And we have a media timeout.
And that signals an official media timeout. And that means that we will be right back here again after another quick message.
Fourth quarter wobble. Start at the end of the third quarter.
And we are almost back here with the action as we currently see the scoreboard reading 97 to 76 here with 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. The Ohio Kings holding a 21 point lead against your Hoosier State Instigators. But they get the ball, they go up, and they do not get the basket as AB feeds that one over to Mike Pugh. Mike Pugh will get that ball to JoJo Hart. JoJo with the three, but off the mark, rebounded by the Kings. They go up the court now. Almost lose the handle, but they recover it. They go to number 7. He's guarded by our number 7, Alex Brown, but he gets the bucket up. JoJo goes over to Lawan Whitney. Lawan with another step back, just off the mark on that one with the Ohio Kings coming down with it. And a foul called now on Mike Pugh.
This is fifth foul, fourth team foul.
And the Ohio Kings look to now cash in off an and one opportunity here as they go up, put the bucket up, and get fouled. Currently, with 101 points here in this one, they look to increase it even more here with 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining here. They will cash in on that one. It is 102 to 76. So boom, he goes up for the basket. And he'll get fouled as the Ohio King, or he fouls an Ohio Kings player, Cameron Mitchell, as Mitchell comes down with the rebound for the Ohio Kings.
Team 6.
Off the mark for that 3-point opportunity. Juan Whitney feeds it to Alex Brown, who comes down with an alley-oop dunk on the Ohio Kings. Instigators needing a lot more than that right now as they are currently down 102-78. The Kings have the ball. And a whistle called. That gives the ball to the Instigators here. And a hard foul by Cameron Mitchell on Lawan Whitney. Lawan still down on the ground, but he's getting back up off the help of his teammates. Number 13, that is, for the Hoosier State Instigators. The current franchise leader for single points in the game. And now a foul is called on the Instigators, giving the ball back to the Kings. And the Instigators get the ball back off that missed opportunity by the Kings. JoJo Hart, he gets fouled on the way up, and he'll have an and one opportunity here.
That foul's on number 6, Cam Mitchell. His second, team 6. Once the line from 3-point play is number 1, JoJo.
That one in for JoJo. And Cam Mitchell, he'll head to the line here. As LaJuan Whitney fouls Cam Mitchell will head to the line here. First one off the mark.
Makes 1 and 2.
LaJuan Whitney. Down to Alex Brown. Alex to Jesse. Jesse with the bucket there. Jesse Sawyer makes the jumper. Makes the layup rather as he drives through the lane. But the Kings, they go up for a jumper. They get the second chance opportunity. And they make the bucket. 105 is the score for them. And Chuck Bloom will have that ball travel out of bounds. The Kings will now have possession. No, that ball did go out on the Ohio Kings as Chuck Bloom now inbounds the ball to AB. AB tries to drive down low. He finds JoJo Hart for a 3, and he makes it for the Instigators. As the Ohio Kings now head up the court. Just about a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Kings, they go up and get the basket.
The assist for 0 Stone.
LaJuan trying to do everything he can to get that ball up the court. Ball will travel out of bounds on the Ohio Kings. And JoJo Hart, he gets the ball up past the half-court line as he goes past his man there. He dishes it down low to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom fouled on the way up, and he will have an and one opportunity here.
Fouls on number 11, Kevin Harris. His first, team's 8th. Count the basket. So looking for the old-fashioned 3-point play for the Instigators. Number 32, Chuck Bloom.
Chuck Bloom, he gets the M1 for that one as he cashes in on that free throw opportunity. Rebounded there by LaJuan Whitney. He goes to JoJo Hart. JoJo drives up for the layup, and that's in. Number 5 directing his players around the court as he tries to get an ISO. He goes past down the low, but that's stolen by the Instigators. Back up the court quick and fast. Off the mark and scrambles for the buzzer for Alex Brown on that second chance opportunity. That will give the Instigators some points as they head into the fourth quarter. Down big here. But look at the call back. 1 quarter left in regulation. We will be right back. Live again from Cincinnati State right after these messages.
Welcome you here
Jason
into
Wright.
the fourth quarter. Yeah. He's right. We got to get this fourth quarter. Kings 107, Hoosier State Instigators 93. Great end to that third quarter. If we can keep that up, we got ourselves a good game in hand.
14 points is the total lead for the Ohio Kings here, as the Hoosier State Instigators do have the ball to start this fourth quarter.
Here we go. Back to live action.
JoJo right back with the ball in his hand. AB tries to set the pick and roll, but that's a little bit off the mark for the Instigators. The Kings get the steal and they head up the court. They get that bucket off of that fast break opportunity. Instigators. JoJo Hart now with the corner three, and that's up and in. And that ball will be gathered by Chuck Bloom for the Instigators. They head up the court, but a foul call as that ball does go out of bounds. I do believe the Kings now with the ball in their hand. Number 6, he draws the contact, and they will call it a foul.
That foul number 23, Jesse Sewell, is his team's first.
Scoreboard now reading 111.96. As the officiating crew heads over for a quick message, and one gets sent over to the scores table.
3D is initiated. 3D starts on 3D, we had a turnover that initiated in the backcourt by the Instigators.
And they will say that was a 3D rule now in effect for the Ohio Kings. They have the ball right back in their hands. Off the mark, rebounded. Fast break. That one's just off the mark as well. Travels out of bounds off the hands of the Kings player who breaks up the pass. Chuck Bloom to AB. AB goes to JoJo Hart. Clean set. Chuck Bloom. 3 to JoJo. Cashes it in. Off the mark, rebounded by Jesse Sawyer. Jesse goes to LaJuan Whitney as he heads up the court. Another screen set by Chuck Bloom. JoJo drives into the paint. Chuck Bloom. He'll go back out to LaJuan Whitney. Sets the screen. Jesse Sawyer sets the screen. LaJuan drives in. 2 seconds left. Step back three for JoJo Hart. That one retained by the Instigators as they get that ball up and in. Chuck Bloom with a flashy layup as he fakes the pass and goes up and in. And we have just under 10 minutes remaining here. The Instigators looking to make a comeback here against the currently undefeated Ohio Kings. The score is currently 111-101. JoJo Hart with the steal up the court. Pump fake up and in. Make it 111 to 103. as we start to have a game here again live from the Cincinnati State. We will be right back with your play-by-play after a quick message. As you see the score reads on the scoreboards and on your screen, 111 to 103 is the score here in quarter four. With just about 9:38 remaining here in regulation, the Instigators looking to call back and take this lead here at the official home venue of the Ohio Kings, currently holding a 10-0 record in the American Basketball Association, while the inaugural season for the Hoosier State Instigators has led them to a 5-7 record here. They look to become the first team to knock off the Ohio Kings if they can close out this comeback here. But they have to take it drive by drive as the Kings now have the ball in their hands. The Instigators look to make a stop here. Off the mark, the putback by the Kings off a flashy slam dunk. And the Instigators now head up the court trying to answer back. Down low for Chuck Bloom, but he's off the mark with that one. And the Kings now have the ball. And a foul called on LaJuan Whitney. And the Ohio Kings get off the net and foul for the second team foul of the Hoosier State Instigators in this quarter. One goes to Jesse Sawyer. Jesse with a three from deep, off the mark, out of bounds. And a whistle blown, but that play will be called back and called off and brought back, I should say, as the Ohio Kings now inbound the ball. .820 remains here in regulation. The Ohio Kings adding on to their lead now with that three. As that is 116-103 you see on the scoreboard. The Instigators looking to get right back into this one, but it has to come here. And a whistle will be blown.
Number 7, Tyrone Bradshaw. This is the third team's first.
Chuck Boom tries to drive down into the basket. No foul called off that blocking. No, and that one will be up and in now for Chuck Boom. 11-point lead here for the Kings. They drive. That ball is now in the hands of LaJuan Whitney. He dishes it underneath. They go right back to Mike Pugh. Pugh for the three, but no good. The Kings now have the ball. As the Kings start to get down court, there is a foul called on Mike Pugh for his sixth personal. And that will send us to a media timeout here. Just under 8 minutes remaining
The score is
in the
right,
fourth
ladies
quarter.
and
We will be
gentlemen.
right
The
back
score
after a
is
quick
correct, ladies
message.
and gentlemen. I repeat, the score is correct.
An 11-point lead. The Ohio Kings hold over the Instigators as we have 7:26 remaining here in regulation. The Instigators looking to try to call back as much as they can as quick as possible if they want to take this one home in regulation. As the Ohio Kings now they have the ball in their hands off of that media break. The Ohio Kings still no inbound, but that ball does finally get inbounded down to number 7. 7 goes for a jumper, guarded by Alex Brown, and he catches nothing but oxygen as Chuck Bloom comes down with that rebound. He goes to JoJo Hart, who goes to swish off the mark. Kings have the ball on this possession as that one travels out of bounds. And you hear some defense chants in the crowd all the way in Cincinnati as the Instigators fan base travels far and beyond. That one, no up and down calls. And they're calling a whistle, I believe, on the Instigators now. And there will be a timeout called for the Ohio Kings. 6:48 remaining here as we have just a bit of time left here in the fourth quarter to try to claw back in regulation. We will be right back after another message. Live again from Cincinnati State.
Back to live action. 3 seconds on the shot.
That one goes up and in on the last second shot for the Ohio Kings. Currently holding 114-104 lead here. 6:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. JoJo Hart now has the ball. He goes to AB. Almost stolen by the Kings, but AB recovers. He gets that ball out to Joe Bird. Joe Bird will throw the ball to AB, but AB will get a push-off foul called on him. And the Kings now have the ball for a wide open three. Number 10 goes off the mark. AB comes down with the rebound. Alex Brown goes over to JoJo Hart. Hart goes to Joe Bird. Joe Bird up off the mark, but rebounded by Alex Brown. Alex underneath the basket gets that one up and in. as the game clock takes under 6 minutes here. Kings go for a three off the mark. They put that second shot up and off the mark as well. Rebounded by the Kings. They go down hard as an incidental contact foul will be called.
His fourth, team's fifth.
The Instigators have clawed their deficit down to just 7 points. But they need a few big stops right here in order to get right back in this one with the lead. Wide open three, number 6. That's not going to do it. Makes the score 122-107 here, as it is now a 15-point game. And a foul called. No foul called. I mean, the ball stolen by the Kings. They head up the court and get 2 more, making it a 17-point lead as the game clock continues. JoJo Hart up the court to the corner. Jojo to Joe Bird. Joe to Chuck Bloom, and Chuck Bloom fouled on the way up. But a timeout will be called ahead of those free throw opportunities. And that means that, yet again, we will be right back after another quick message as we get back into this one here. Five on 2 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It is a 124-107 game with the Ohio Kings currently holding that 17-point lead against the Hoosier State Instigators. And there is a correction, as the Instigators will not get the shooting foul on this one. They will have to inbound from underneath the basket. And Alex Brown over in the corner. They lose the pass from JoJo Hart. But they get the ball down to Chuck Bloom, who again goes up and gets fouled on his way up.
Foul number 10, Ohio Jordan. That's his second, team second. They're saying 3D.
And there is a 3D rule in effect, which means.
So he's going to get 3 free throws instead of 2.
Which means that Chuck Bloom will head to the line for 3 free throws instead of just 2. First one up and in for Chuck Bloom, and they are signaling that the basket was made. And now a whistle being called as a stop in action is being made by the officiating crew.
So 2 more shots.
And yes, okay, now we are right back into the same scenario we were in to begin this free throw opportunity, as Chuck Bloom will head to the line now for 2 more free throw opportunities here. Chuck Bloom gets 2 out of 3 on that on that 3v rule opportunity. That ball travels out of bounds on the Kings. The Instigators try for a quick inbound. They go up the court now. LaJuan Whitney with the ball. And he will make it happen. He gets that layup up and in. And more defensive chance coming from the crowd at the moment. Again, the Hoosier State Instigators traveling far as they are playing in Cincinnati, Ohio here. The Instigators get that ball over, down in the basket. LaJuan tries to get it up. He finds Joe Bird for a corner 3, but off the mark. And the Kings come down with the rebound. Cam Mitchell, number 6, loses the handle. Out of bounds it goes. And the Instigators now have the ball with 4:05 remaining. Currently down by 13, 124 to 111 is the score here at Cincinnati State. We will be right back again with your play-by-play right after these messages. .05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, live from Cincinnati State, the official home venue of the Ohio Kings. The Instigators currently down by 13 points. They'll look to try to claw back as quick as they can to make this one a ball game, as it has been close here in the fourth quarter. Hasn't been so much as throughout the entirety of this one, but the Instigators going possession for possession with these guys, bucket for bucket. But that's a 3-point opportunity for the Kings that's rebounded now for the Instigators. AB comes down with it. He gets the ball to Chuck Bloom. Chuck Bloom gathers the handles on that one. He goes out. LaJuan Whitney under the basket gets it in. And now 126 to 113 off the net answer back from the Kings. Joe Bird off the screen. Off the mark though, and the Kings with the rebound. Kings with the bucket. 128-113. Joe Hart up the court, drives, layup up and in. 13 points is the lead for the Ohio Kings as they drive into the paint. Cam against AB, no good for that one though, but a foul is called on the gather as the Kings now will draw the contact from the Instigators. And a few substitutional changes for both sides as Chuck Bloom heads off the court. He's replaced by Jesse Sawyer, number 23 for your Hoosier State Instigators. Big man for the Ohio Kings, number 7. He has the ball as he tries to trim down this lead a little bit, or trim down the time rather with the lead. They dish it out to a guy for the 3, but that's off the mark. Jojo Hart gathers it off the rebound. Stolen by the Ohio Kings, and a 3 will in effect for that one.
For number 5, Kevin Mitchell. And then 3 responsible for
That ball is up and in for Jesse Sawyer. 150 remaining now in regulation as the Kings again slow the pace down here. Satisfied with the fact that they're in the lead at the moment, they dish that ball all the way out. They say, no, we're not satisfied as they try to get another bucket in on that one, but that one's off the mark. And the Instigators answer back with a three right there from LaJuan Whitney. .131, 120 here, 120 remaining in the game here in regulation. But a foul called on Joe Bird will stop that clock right now here. 1:18 remaining as the Kings will now inbound the ball from underneath the basket. They go to 7. He dishes it out. They drive in the lane and get the in-one opportunity as that one's up and in. He gets fouled on the way up. And the lead increases for the Ohio Kings, currently holding a 133-120 advantage against the Hoosier State Instigators with 112 remaining here in regulation. That will send Kevin Mitchell, number 5 for the Ohio Kings, to the line here. And that one is good as well, making it 134-120. JoJo goes to AB. Foul called. Or no, timeout called. And we will be going to a quick break yet again. Just 105 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Score is 134-120 here. Timeout from the Hoosier State Instigators. And that was Brown with the putback there, but the clock continues to roll now. Just under a minute left in the fourth quarter as the Kings head up the court. Kings try to get a little bit more on the scoreboard here. They'll do so by playing through motion as that one goes up and in. And foul call to the line for 2 now here.
Foul number 6, Cam Mitchell is third, team's third. Shooting 2 for the Instigators, number 7, Alex Brown.
Alex off the mark on that free throw opportunity there. That one as well, as the Kings now come down with the rebound. 34 remaining in the fourth quarter. They look to close this one out here. They'll try to get another bucket to do so. AB will get the rebound. He'll go up the court. He finds JoJo Hart. But the backside is no good on that layup, though. And the Kings, 10 seconds remaining. As they wind this clock down, they take a 3 that's off the mark. Rebounded there by number 7. And they will play the clock out as this one winds down. The Instigators could not get it done against the undefeated Ohio Kings, who head to 11-0. This loss will take the Hoosier State Instigators to 5-8 in their inaugural season. in the American Basketball Association. This one, a much more competitive game to close out. And you know, 136 to 122 is the final score for this one here live again from Cincinnati State. Now we want to say thank you again to every fan watching at home and everywhere around the world, but also to those fans in attendance at Cincinnati State that were rooting on the Hoosier State. That was a surreal moment from the ownership side of things. Jake, if you're still around, how this one feel to you, man?
Yeah, it was really nice to see the effort in that fourth quarter. I think, especially after last week, if we can continue to have that kind of gameplay in the fourth quarter, we're going to be a tough team to match up as we go throughout the season and into the playoffs.
Yeah, man, this was definitely this one's tough to take. At least on a personal level, I was really thinking that we could get it done once we were clawing back. But again, that is the reason these games are played and not just scheduled. As you see, the Instigators, came down to the wire here near the end of it. It was really a clawback game throughout the third quarter, I should say. And that's really when we kind of stepped up the pace as well. And so, there's a lot that we could take away when we go and look at this film study. And again, just like you said, looking forward to next week and playing throughout the rest of our inaugural season during the regular season, because there still is a lot on the line for the Hoosier State Instigators in terms of playoff implications. So um, we got another major game coming up next week against the Clarksville Phoenix, who are just one seed above us currently in the divisional standings. So that will be another big game to look forward to, alongside of again the halftime event, the Dreammaker contest as well. So that is going to be a big week for the Hoosier State Instigators, the community of really the community as an entirety, the city of Clinton, Indiana, the county, the Vermilion County, Wabash Valley, and the community of the Apex Athletic Collective as well. So I'm uh I'm definitely looking forward to next week. This one is a tough loss. However, those will come and they will go, as we know. So again, Jake, just want to say shout out to everybody involved on the crew as well. Especially my guy Jake, um, helping me co-commentate today, and our guy Ronan behind the camera as well. And of course, the interim head coach, also co-owner and co-founder of the Apex Athletic Collective and the Hoosier State Instigators, Corey Kern. We want to say thank you again to all of our sponsors: SDMC Indiana, Diamond House International, um, the Adventure Beer Company. Again, the official hangout of your Hoosier State Instigators. Head over to the Gator Pit and get you some exclusive play. Ask about the playbook and get exclusive drinks built around the Hoosier State Instigators' inaugural season and their impact in the city of Clinton, Indiana. And again, thank you to all of our supporters live at home as well. And we cannot wait to be here with you guys yet again next week as we get out of this one again. The final score 136 to 122. Until next time, be great, instigate.